Hey Tina, I am going to read your energetic signature. So when I went into your field, I saw a feather, and hold on, it looked very much like this one here. Okay, and then I heard this song playing, and it was like ding dong, and I was like, oh, is that Carol of the Bells? And it was. Okay, so I would suggest going on YouTube or Googling it and listening to that song, because it might help you download more of this information in. And there's a part in the song where it goes ding dong really loud, and all of a sudden I was in this steeple. It wasn't necessarily a church, it was almost like the one from Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't know if you've seen that movie before, but so I'm up there and there's like two bells and they're swinging like this. And it was so incredibly loud that it was almost deafening, and the vibration was so heavy. And so I got the bells to stop ringing, and then I looked down and there was your energy body sitting up underneath the bells, and she was kind of holding her ears like this. I was like, hey, what's going on? And she said, oh my gosh, it's so loud in here. The feather in this case is representative of the mind, and the bells were of thoughts. Okay, so this lets me know that you have so many tabs open in your mind constantly. It's the way that your neural networking works. We're just constantly we're very self-aware, but we're always trying to make connections and figure things out. We're a solution seeker, but it goes a lot deeper than that. And so your energy body was kind of overwhelmed with the amount of thoughts that we are thinking every day. But we'll get into why this is on a deeper level as well. When I was scanning her, essentially, I saw that you have a lot of open channels of receptivity, too many open, actually, and it's overwhelming you. And I said, why are you trying to acquire so much knowledge or wisdom? And then all of a sudden, I went deeper into your Akasha field, and I saw what I'm going to call a cosmic librarian. It's not exactly the same. And I was asking, oh, is this a librarian of the Akashic records? But no, this was a person, a being that is trying to do this of their own accord, of her own accord. But she's actually a different timeline version of you. Oh, it's 111 on my phone. Okay, so you're a cosmic librarian in this different timeline. And she actually has connections to a lot of your different timelines. And before you incarnated here, you actually set up a type of contract with her, as did many other type of incarnations of yourself. And you agreed to have these open channel lines, and so that you could feedback loop information to her. And I asked her, what are you doing with all of this? And she said that she is creating a catalog. Now, the way that I'm about to describe all these things are very human terminology, but that way it's easier to understand the symbols. And so I saw a set of encyclopedias, which is really funny because you could almost think of that like she was trying to build her own Akasha field with information from like all different times and spaces and frequencies and dimensions. And I want you to think of a switchboard, if you had seen that before, where people, the operators used to have to plug in the different lines in order to connect people to one another. That's what she's doing, but with your different timelines that have agreed to this. When I was speaking to her, I said, you're gonna have to renegotiate this contract with Tina. Okay, because Tina is currently experiencing some things with her health, and having this many open channels and these many thoughts running in her mind constantly is exasperating anxiety. That's why her energy body was sitting up under the bells like that and saying it's too loud in here. And if we are constantly seeking, that takes energy from us, which we actually need to redirect back into self right now to help us through the health things. And this is something that you're gonna have to renegotiate with her, because that's not my place to do that. But she said, of course, we can do that. Okay. And I said, I don't think that Tina is gonna want to close down all channels, because she really likes learning new things and implementing them into this incarnation, but maybe we just need to tone down the amount of things that are coming in and coming out. And I said, you might be able to restructure it of when you need to ask her specific things, because now you're consciously aware of her. She can give you answers, or if she needs to know specific things from you in this incarnation, she can ask very specific questions, but not just have this wide open receptivity situation going on. And then I asked her if there was anything that she wanted to tell you or could help you with. And she said, let me go check. And so funny, she pulled out this Dewey Decimal System. And basically it was her catalog of all the different timelines that she had connections with of yourself, you know, in these different lifetimes. And she pulled out this slip of paper and handed it to me, and it was closed, almost like a note that she was passing. And I asked her if I could open it and read it, and she said yes. So I opened it, and it had all of this light language or light language symbols on it. And I asked her, what is this for? And she said, oh, these are the energetic coordinates to the different timelines that can help her with her health related things that she's experiencing right now. And she asked if I would give it to your higher self. So this is not something that you necessarily have to consciously do. Now that you are aware of it, it'll be running in the background, but your higher self is going to be contacting and connecting to these different lifetimes to help you with the quantum healing on self. And you know, you can go in meditation and connect with her or connect with these different timeline versions of self and ask them directly what would help you in healing in this incarnation. But the cosmic librarian, she was very lovely. Okay, she wasn't necessarily privy to your health related things because she was more not concerned necessarily, but she was more looking for the frequency encodements of certain knowledge and wisdom and experiences from these different timelines. And sometimes she gets very like in her own head and not really looking outside of self, even though she is, because she's looking at your different timelines, but she just gets very one track minded almost. And so I just had to come in and be like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but this is a lot for Tina right now. And so we need to readjust the relationship dynamics. So thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope this helps you on your journey and that you have an absolutely magical day.